Hello everybody, what is going on? My name is Raven and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to be talking about the Slenderman case. For those of you that do not know, it's about three 12-year-old girls, and I'm actually going to get into that in a little bit. And what we're going to do is I'm going to explain the case to you guys, and then I'm going to, go through the judging and all of that, and then I'm going to give you the update as of, I believe, earlier this year. So first things first, when the girls, Morgan Geyser, Anissa Wire, and Peyton Leitner, I believe that's how you say her last name. If not, I apologize. The three girls were spending time at Morgan's house. It was her 12th birthday. So the three were having a sleepover that Friday night. And they were just having fun, playing like normal, just playing dress up, playing with dolls, all the fun 12-year-old girl things. And so, they went to bed. The next morning, they got up. They had breakfast, and then they decided to go to the park. Now, this is where things get incredibly gray and gruesome. So if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, you may want to skip ahead a bit. So what happens is they actually walk through the wood part of the park, and this is where they decide to kind of play hide and seek. But what happened is, Peyton got stabbed 19 times by Morgan. Now, that's a lot of times to be stabbed for anybody, let alone having your best friend do it to you. Okay, that's just completely messed up. But they left her there to die. So they told her originally, because she said, it's hard to breathe, I'm feeling cold. She was telling them all these things, and they said, okay, well, why don't you go on ahead and lay down, and we will go get help, because laying down is going to help you not bleed out so fast. They actually just left. They just went on their way. They wanted to walk all the way through Waukesha, which is where they live in Waukesha, and they weren't found for hours. So poor little Peyton, who is bleeding pretty badly, managed to get her way to safety by actually pulling herself through the woods until she made it to the edge of the woods, kind of where like a little, dead end road kind of met the woods there. And some man that was riding his bike through there actually found the poor girl. And what would happen next is he would, say, oh, okay, I'm going to call 911. Just go ahead and relax. He calls 911 and says, I believe she's been stabbed, which they're all like, what? Stabbed? Really? No. So the cop is called in, and he actually calls for an ambulance, and because he sees that she is bleeding pretty badly, and she gets taken to the hospital. And as of this point, they're looking for the girls, because Peyton actually told the officer at the time who actually stabbed her, and she said, my friend Morgan stabbed me. Quite gruesome, if I do say so myself. That is horrible that your friend did that to you. Anyway, so now they're looking for Morgan, and the police heard that another girl, Anissa, was in there as well. So there was the three girls. So they're like, okay, well, the girls, Morgan and Anissa, are missing. We don't know where they are. We don't know what happened. So now there's a hunt for the two girls. Anyway, what ended up happening is they found them by the interstate, which is, they walked about, what'd they say, for 5 hours from where the stabbing happened to where the interstate was. I don't remember how far that was, but my guess it was pretty far. Anyway, so fast forward a little bit, now you get to the interrogation. Now, where they're at the time, 12-year-olds can be interrogated by cops without the presence of their parents, which the parents at the time did not know that, because it wasn't very well known of much crime over there at the time, from what the parents have said in interviews and things like that. So Morgan, the way she kind of described everything, she said, well, it was necessary, and, I wanted to kill her. So the detective that was investigating and interrogating her said, well, why? And Morgan goes, because he wanted us to. And so when the detective said, well, who's he? And she said, oh, a man. Like, she was playing it off. But then when it came to the detective interrogating Anissa, she said, oh yeah, there was this wiki page, creepypasta wiki, that explained the Slender Man. So Anissa went full-blown truth mode, basically, from what I could tell in her interrogations. She seemed to be pretty truthful about everything. She seemed to be like she wanted to get the truth out and that she wanted, to not have any guilty conscience by the sound of things. Now, I could be wrong, but that is kind of what I'm going to go with here. And however, Morgan, the way she was doing her interrogations, which if you want to watch them for yourself, you can. They're all over the internet. She kind of was like, oh, I don't know. I think maybe Anissa told me to. Or I think Anissa grabbed the knife. Whatever it was. So she was kind of downplaying it and kind of seeming like, I don't know who did it. But she also admitted to stabbing the girl 19 times. And also during, while she's sitting there waiting to be interrogated, she asked the cop, is she dead? Quite a chilling question. But anyway, so she asked, is she dead? And he said, well, I don't know. She was taken to the hospital. And Morgan looked up and was like shook for a second. And then she kind of downplayed it like, oh, I was just wondering. Okay, so you're just wondering, but now you actually know that as of now, she's still alive. Okay. So anyway, fast forward a little bit. We're going to head right into, their sentencing. So Anissa was sentenced to 25 years in a mental institution, and Morgan was sentenced to 40. Now, as of March 2021, Anissa has been kind of doing better for herself, apparently, because doctors are recommending she get released from the mental institution, which I don't know how I feel about that. She is 19 right now, and there was no decision made as of that moment, but the doctors are saying that she can be released from the mental institution. So there will be a full hearing here in June about whether it is safe to let her out or not. I don't know if it's safe. And I don't think poor Peyton will feel safe if Anissa is released. That's just my thought on things. So we will find out more again when this happens. However, if we look at Morgan, she actually tried to appeal her sentencing, of being in the mental institution. However, she actually lost her appeal. So there is no proof of any time soon of her actually getting out, which is a good thing because she's the one that actually did the stabbing. Now, if any of you have actually seen the interrogation, and if you've seen what happened in the courtroom when the judge asked, is there anything you want to say to her and her family? A lot of people have said that she looked like she was fake crying, which to me, it kind of looked like she was faking the crying. Not gonna lie there. However, she was also being really slow because apparently all the medication they put her on to kind of bring her back more to reality causes her to kind of slow down. It kind of brings her from where she was down to more of a normal level. So she kind of got a little slowed down a little bit. There was nothing about Anissa that showed much change. I mean, yeah, she probably slowed down a little bit mentally and things like that. She has been diagnosed with some things, Anissa was, and I'm pretty sure Morgan was as well. I didn't actually catch on what their diagnosis was. But anyway, so what happens now is they're both trying to get out. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below as to if you think they should be released or not. I personally do not think that either one of them should be released. I think they should both stay there because you planned this, and this is what they were told. They mentioned too, that they planned to do this for months before it happened. So that automatically means that you are plotting to kill this friend of yours for at least 6 months. Why do you think you'd be able to get let out at this point if you purposefully planned for this to happen? Okay? Now, that is just my thoughts. Maybe you guys have different thoughts. Now, I'm sure the medication is helping both of these girls tend to feel better and to, come back to more of a normal reality, back to where the rest of us are, and not to believe that everything on the internet is real. Which the Slenderman is just a character that some person on the internet created to scare kids. That is all this is for. There's nothing else. There's no proof that Slenderman actually exists. However, he is a type of boogeyman, if you will, that you have to check under your bed for. He is someone that, even though he is not physically real, he is something that we are actually afraid of, which I found was very interesting, okay? Now, I'm going to leave this video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like. And if you can, go ahead and please subscribe to show your support for the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!